Howdy everybody, Brian here for quantlabs.net. Just looking at the analytics dashboard here. So what we've got here is the three asset classes I'm currently tracking. I checked this last night at around 1 a.m. My time today is November 6th, 11:21 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. So as you know, we track forex, CFD, both data sources from Oanda, and cryptocurrency analysis courtesy of Binance. So let's go into the forex first. Forex is kind of weird. It's up and down like a toilet seat. But what I'm trying to figure out here is the hourly change and the 3-hour change here. Now, I had my meetup last night, brought this all up. We have this is South African Rand here at 3.15, the Lira, and both the Turkish Lira against the Japanese Yen, and then you get into the ones that are moving here, the British Pound, Japanese Yen, British Pound, US Dollar, British Pound, Swiss Franc, British Pound, and the Hong Kong Dollar. So if you go over and do, let me just see if I have it open. Yeah, right here. So if you do a search for, let's say, on Google, Oanda spread cost for one of the currencies like ZAR_JPY, what will happen is you'll be finding this site here on Oanda, real-time rates at a glance. But here, you'll clearly see the pairs that they track on top of the spread cost. So when you look at the less exotics, which is pretty well confirmed on some of the spread costs, it's like pretty insane. Here, British Pound against the Rand, 132. We have, what else is there? Let me see if it, I can't. There was one at 200 plus US dollar against the Rand, 82.3. ZAR against Japanese Yen at 1.2. So it is reasonable if you decide to use the Rand for certain pairs. So knowing that, it's going to be another factor to filter out the better performing pairs and kind of only go after the ones with a lower spread cost, because obviously the spread cost is going to be a factor to get profit. So why go after the pairs that have a really low spread cost? And so, for instance, here ZAR, the South African Rand, and the Japanese Yen is 1.2 according to that site. But if you look at the Lira against the Japanese Yen, let me see the spread cost for that. I just don't see any purpose. So, looking for try Japanese Yen. So it's only 2.4. So it's not too bad with certain pairs. So we have to factor that in. So I will definitely figure out how to process that. But here's the returns. Now again, this is without leverage. So these are pretty good. And I like to live in a world of no leverage. But here's the problem now. The volume. Here's the volume is very low. Obviously, these three pairs are probably your better ones. For, let's say, obviously the British US dollar, 1030 with a volume, British Swiss franc at 1569, British pound against the Hong Kong dollar, 1412. Now, this is confirmed that the British pound, as they're negotiating currently at this time, the Euro Brexit, is very good news for the British pound. So the British pound's popping. And the nice thing about these kind of news events is when it happens, you will find that you're not only going to get just one opportunity, but you're going to get 4 opportunities here against these currencies. So that's one of those things. If you scan building these kind of systems, it's just right there. It's just you got right now, right in front of you, 4 opportunities at over 2% move on an hourly or even a 3-hour move over 2%, and the volume's kind of decent. And here we have the New Zealand against the Japanese yen, and you can always check out the volume here in the uh, this pie chart here, so you can clearly see that the New Zealand Japanese yen is number one, while the Turkish lira against the Japanese yen is number two, and so on. Now, if you want to get into the nitty gritty, you can do that here. Again, we got the reports that we can download. I'm just not going to do that. It's a lot of detail there. So that's Forex. Let's check out, and there's lots of opportunity there right now, which is good. Let's check out the CFD. This one's quite interesting. As I said, I checked it last night, and it still holds. I don't know why. I have to check. But I thought for sure that the U.S. would stay on top as the markets. I haven't checked the markets yet. So if I just check out, let's see what we got here. So the markets are up. They're not up a lot. Yeah, you see here they're up not even 0.5%. But when you look at this one, let me just see if I can sort this. Okay, this was exactly the same as last night. Here's the one from last night. Same things are in the same order, if I'm not mistaken. So that is an interesting analysis in itself, because if this is true, then these opportunities can hold for, I don't know, close to 12 hours, 11, 12 hours. So here's the order. Yeah, everything seems to be in the same order. But I don't know. I have to check this. This is kind of odd. But even if you look at the times last night, 1 a.m., even if this is using the time from 1 a.m., this still holds, because when the Asian market's up, that's when the volumes are pumping through. And you can clearly see that India, Japan, U.S., Russell 2000 are doing pretty good. And they're doing really good. Again, volume for me is a concern here. Let me just overall. So the volume comparatively is not too bad. So certain ones are doing all right. Of course, here's the Hong Kong dollar, the Hong Kong 33 at 15,000, and then everything else. So this is doing quite well. This was hammered pretty hard, the Hong Kong 33 last week. So it's doing all right. So here we have the most profitable: India, Hong Kong, US 30, that's a NASDAQ, and then the Chinese 50, and then the ranking overall. So the indices are doing pretty good when the markets are up. Lastly, poor old cryptocurrency, they're doing all right. I found a bug on the weekend, and it is having some serious problems. Okay, so here is an interesting situation. I did my analysis once again. Man. So look at these moves. BAT is at 20%. That is insane. So when you compare BAT BTC, let me just compare. So XRP moved up 12% or something, some crazy number. Yeah, so it's up right now at 6%. So BAT, but you can see here, this has got to be true, because the volume in XRP BTC is huge. As you can see here, a good chunk of it, probably over 50% of the volume is XRP, and BAT's doing well. So those are doing pretty good. Yeah. So looking at these top two, like the BAT and actually ADA's doing all right. XLM, XRP, those are your top four. So as I said last week, the markets are definitely coming back. Let me just see here what we got. Let me just go over to my directory for the Binance and see if we have any positions. Python. Okay, let me just clear all that out. So Python, what do we call it? P&L. So it did try to test the market with some positions. This is the first time I'm checking this. Here's my problem, and I know this is a bug in the system right here. These two positions were taken on, but I got to figure out why these positions are not going when you have these kind of moves. These are huge. Anyway, so I just wanted to let you know, crypto is definitely roaring back over the last, probably since Friday, but just absolutely knocking it out of the park here. That's insane. Just want to let you know all about that, and hopefully you get some use out of it. Talk to you later. Oh, and also you'll be expecting some beautiful charts, very useful charts, in the next day or so. I'm working on them today and tomorrow. Hopefully I'll be showcasing to be added to the analytics service, which once again will just add the value to this service, because if you looked at that, you know where to go, even in the world of crypto. Okay, we shall talk to you soon. Have a good day.